עשו לי מקדש ושכנתי בתוכם. For me a sanctuary, I will dwell in their midst. Think about our existence, our bodies and sanctuary. I want you to take a moment to recognize, to think about your body, your sanctuary. And maybe if a specific part of your body needs attention in this morning of Shabbat, to give some attention to that specific part. And to pick one of the blessings between pages 194 and 195. Dedicate that to yourself.
וכל בשר הוא מפליא לעשות.
אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי טהורה היא. אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי טהורה היא. אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי טהורה, טהורה היא. אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי טהורה היא. אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי טהורה היא. אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי טהורה, טהורה היא. אלוהי נשמה שנתת
Source of all
בי
creation, sovereign of all souls. Blessed are you, Adonai, whose hand is every living soul and the breath of humankind.
אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי טהורה, טהורה היא.
On page 198, ברכות השחר, the blessings for the daily miracles.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who has given the mind the ability to distinguish day from night. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who opens the eyes of the blind. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who frees the captive. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who lifts up the fallen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who stretches the earth over the waters. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who strengthens our steps. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, mabish arumim, amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hanoten laya'er שינה מעיניי ודמעה מעפעפיי. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, שעשני בצלם אלוהים, אמן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, שעשני בת חורים, אמן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, שעשני ישראל, אמן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, עוזר ישראל בגבורה, אמן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, עוטר ישראל בתפארה, amen.
On page 204, please join us for the blessing for the study of Torah. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. O Adonai our God, let the words of Torah be sweet in our mouths and the mouths of your people Israel, so that we, our descendants and the descendants of all your people Israel, may know you, by studying your Torah for its own sake. Blessed are you, Adonai, who teaches Torah to your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, hamlamei Torah le'amo Yisrael.
Let's read together on page 206. These are the things
That are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world, while the principle remains in the world to come. They are honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds of compassion, arriving early for study, morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick, providing for the wedding couple, accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer, and making peace among people. But the study of Torah encompasses them all.
Baruch she'amar on page 212. Baruch she'amar vaya olam, Baruch oseh bereshit, Baruch omer ve'oseh, Baruch goser umekayem, Baruch merachem al haaretz, Baruch merachem al avrihot, Baruch meshalem sachar tov liriach, Baruch ha'ilat v'gayah lanetzach, Baruch kodeh u'matzil, Baruch shemo. With song of praise we extol you and proclaim your sovereignty, for you are the source of life in the universe. One God, life of the universe, praise and glorious ruler. Your name is eternal, Baruch atah Adonai, Melech meulal v'tishbachot. Page 214, to start the Psukei de Simra, Saturday morning with Mizmor Shir LeYom HaShabbat.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, מזמור שיר ליום השבת, מזמור שיר ליום השבת, איי ליי 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 ליי, מזמור שיר ליום השבת, מזמור שיר ליום השבת, מזמור שיר ליום השבת, ליי 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 ליי. טוב לאדון אדוני, כל
בשיבה, ושנים רבנים יהיו, ואגיד כי ישר אדוני, צורי ולא עבדת בו. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, מזמור שיר ליום השבת, מזמור שיר ליום השבת, אליי, 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 אליי,
On page 215. And you know, when you think about Ashrei, in the context of Tisha B'Av, the translation is, happy are those who dwell in your house. And in Tisha B'Av, we think about the house that we have lost, but we also think about the house that we need to return to, and how we build that house. Some of us, some Jews interpret that that's rebuilding the third temple, and many others think about building a just and a better society. Many others think about the state of Israel, and many others think about building within us sanctuaries, us being sanctuaries. So, as we reflect this morning towards the Shabbat, I invite you to think about what brings joy to your house, to your sanctuary, and what's that sanctuary for you.
אשרי העם שככה לו, אשרי העם שאדוני אלוהיו, אשרי העם שככה לו, אשרי העם שאדוני אלוהיו, אשרי יושבי ביתך עוד יהללוך צאלה, אשרי יושבי ביתך עוד יהללוך צאלה, אשרי העם שככה לו, אשרי העם שאדוני אלוהיו, אשרי העם שככה לו, אשרי העם שאדוני אלוהיו. אשרי העם שככה לו, אשרי העם שאדוני אלוהיו, אשרי העם שככה לו, אשרי העם שאדוני אלוהיו.
We continue with the reading of Ashrei over pages 215 and 216. And alternatively, you can take a moment to think about what's that joyful place for you. May through the words of our mouths, our entire existence becomes a song of praise. We're at the bottom of page 216.
תהילת אדוני ידבר פי, ויברך כל בשר שם קודשו לעולם, לעולם ועד, ואנחנו נברך יה מעתה ועד עולמה. הללויה, הללויה, תהילת אדוני ידבר בי ויברך כל בשר שם קודשו לעולם, לעולם ועד, ואנחנו נברך יה מעתה ועד עולמה. הללויה, הללויה, ואנחנו נברך יה מעתה ועד עולמה. הללויה, הללויה, ואנחנו נברך יה מעתה ועד עולמה. הללויה, הללויה. כל הנשמה הללויה, הללויה, כל הנשמה הללויה, הללויה,
page 219. תתברך את שמך, אדוני אלוהינו. I invite you to continue with the silent reading over page 219. Page 220.
אילופינו מלא שירה קיים, ושוננו רינה כמון גלב, ושפתותינו שבח כמחווה רקיע, ועינינו מאירות כשמש וכירח, וידינו פרוסות כנשרי שמיים, ורגלינו עגלות כאיילות,
On page 222, please join me for the blessing that concludes the Psukei de Simbra. Shohenat marom bekadosh shemo, וכתוב רננות צדיקים באדוני, לישרים נאוות תהילה, בפי ישרים תתעלה, ובדברי צדיקים תתברך, ובלשון חסידים תתרומם, ובקרב קדושים תתקדש, ובמקלות רבבות עמך בית ישראל, ברינה יתפש שמך מלכנו, בכל דור ודור. ישתבח שמך לעד מלכנו, האל המלך הגדול והקדוש בשמיים ובארץ. כי לך נאה, אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, שהוא שפחה הלל וזמרה, עוז וממשלה, נצח גדולה וגבורה, תהילה ותפארת, קדושה ומלכות, ברכות והודאות, מעתה ועד עולם. ברוך אתה אדוני, אל מלך גדול בתשבחות, אל ההודאות, הדור הנפלאות, הבוחר בשירי זמרה, מלך ערכי העולמים. page 224.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ועמד יברח חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומייכון וחייתך בית ישראל. בגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה, שמי קדושה ברכו לילה מן כה בחטא ושירתה, דוש בחטא ונחמתה, אמירן ועלמה אמרו אמן.
Page 226.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
Let's join me on page 228.
Praised are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of light and darkness, who makes peace and fashions all things. In mercy you illumine the world and those who live upon it. In your goodness you daily renew creation. How numerous are your works, Adonai! In wisdom you formed them all, filling the earth with your creatures. Be praised, Adonai our God, for the excellent work of your hands, and for the lights you created, may they glorify you. Shine a new light upon Zion, that we all may swiftly merit its radiance. Praised are you, Adonai, creator of all heavenly lights. Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer HaMeorot.
Page 230.
Avarabavtanu, Adonai Eloheinu, Chemla gedola v'tera, chamalta aleinu, ba'avur avoteinu, ve'imotenu, Shabbat chovecha, Avinu Malkeinu, Vatlamdim chukei chayim, Ken techonenu tlamdenu, Hamerachem, Rachem Aleinu, V'ten b'libenu להבין ולהשכיל לשמוע, ללמוד וללמד, לשמוע ולעשות, ולקיים את כל דברי תלמוד תורתך באהבה.
Gather us in peace from the four corners of the earth, and lead us upright to our land. For you, O God, work wonders. You chose us, you truly drew us near to your great name, that we might acknowledge you, declaring you one in love. Praise be you, Adonai, who chooses your people Israel in love. And I invite you, if you are wearing a talit, to put the four corners of your talit together as a symbol of the work that we need to do, the external work that we need to do in order to create internal unity, in order to bring our pieces together, which sounds like a great idea, but it's so difficult. We live in very divisive times. But the most complicated thing is that sometimes we are divided within ourselves. We are separated from our own souls. As we prepare to the Shema, we try to create that unity. We try to become aware of our bodies and our existence and our souls. And we try to embrace all the pieces of our existence and to convert them into one. I invite you to take a deep breath. To join me for the Shema. Shema,
Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Page 234.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וגשרתם נאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך. Adonai said to Moses as follows, "Speak to the Israelite people and instruct them to make for themselves fringes on the corners of their garments throughout the ages. Let them attach a cord of blue to the fringe at each corner. That shall be your fringe. Look at it and recall all the commandments of Adonai and observe them, so that you do not follow your heart and eyes in your lustful urge. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אמת."
אדוני אלוהיכם אמת, אמת ביציב באהוב בחביב ונורא, בטוב, באדיר בטוב, ביפה, הדבר הזה עלינו לעולם בהד. We are Israel, witness to God's covenant. We are Israel, forbidden to worship power. We are Israel, prophets of a vision for all. We are Israel, schooled in the suffering of the oppressed. We are Israel, trying to beat the swords into plowshares. We are Israel, teaching sacred words from Torah. Hate evil and love what is good. Let justice flow as a mighty stream. We are Israel, proclaiming your truth as we did on the shores of the sea. We are on page 240. Israel, rise in support of Israel and redeem Judah and Israel as you promise. Our Redeemer, Adonai Tzebaot is your name. Blessed are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Gaal Israel.
Amen.
Please rise for Tfilat Amidah, 242.
Adonai, open up my lips that הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גם חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסבו ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומשיח מגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה הכל אתה, רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים, צומח נופים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומיתו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה הכל. נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה ואמר, קדוש 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 אדוני צבאות, מלך על הארץ, כבודו אדיר אדירנו אדוני, אדוננו מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ. ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו, הוא מלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהי ציון לדוד ודוד. הללויה. לדוד ודוד, לדוד ודוד, לדוד ודוד נגיד גוד אחד. לדוד ודוד, לדוד ודוד, לדוד ודוד נגיד גוד אחד. ולנצח נצחים, ולנצח נצחים, קדושתך, קדושתך נקדיש, ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש, לעולם לעולם בהם. לדוד ודוד, לדוד ודוד, לדוד ודוד נגיד גוד אחד. לדוד ודוד, לדוד ודוד, לדוד ודוד נגיד גוד אחד. ולנצח נצחים, ולנצח נצחים, קדושתך, קדושתך נקדיש, ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש, לעולם לעולם בהם. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
מקדשש בי, כולם ישבו ותקבו בטובך ובשביל בקדש וחסד ימינות הקראת, זכר למצב בראשית, אלוהינו ולאמותינו ואמותינו. ואצלנו וחדנו קדשנו במצוותיך ודאגנו בתורתך וזכרנו בטובך בשבועתך, תענוונו לעבדך ובאמת ואכילנו אדוני אלוהינו ועבר רצון בתשעות קדשך, בן הוא בישראל בקדש שמך, ברוך אתה אדוני בקדש השבת, ויצא אדוני אלוהינו תהיה רצון תמיד, עבודת ישראל עמך, אל גרום לכל קודש. לרצון אמרי פי, בהגיון ליבי, לפניך אדוני, צורי בגואלי. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, Adonai, my rock and my redeemer. We're at the bottom of page 260. Oh, say
Shalom bimroma. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru amen. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru amen.
We turn our Sidurim to page 362. Please rise as we open the ark in order to start our Torah service.
Ein kamocha v'Elohim Adonai, ein kamasecha, malchutecha malchut kol olamim, umemshaltecha bechol dor v'dor. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai yimlach le'olam va'ed, Adonai hos le'amo yitein, Adonai yivarech et amo Jehovah Shalom. Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah. Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah. Udvar Adonai b'Yerushalayim. Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah. Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah. Le'amo Yisrael v'kedushato. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo. Gadol Adonai iti uneromema Shemo yachtav. Adonai hagedula והגבורה התפארת והנצח וההוד כי חור בשמיים ובארץ
בשמיים ובארץ אדוני הממלכה תמיד נעשה
לכל ראש.
שבת שלום.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Good to see you. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Rina. Good to see you. Hey, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Nancy. Howdy. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbos, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Ritza, Ritza. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Oh, let's see the Shabbat Shalom and Boker Tov. You may be seated. Let me help you. That's it. Done. So, before we start talking to each other, Zach, am I wearing this thing in the right way? It's just a comfortable. Okay, good. I have been wondering the entire service is like, is this the way it's supposed to be? It's just kind of, okay. I don't even want to see the pictures later. But so it's written in your program. What's the first page for Parashat Dvarim? Kol hakavod, Mark, is on page. Do you see it? Is it written? Usually written, and today is it written? No, it's not. So I'll tell you. Or if someone can find it for us, please do it because I want to play a little game with you. So open your Humashim. Did you find it? One three one seven. 1317. Yes. Dvarim. I'm just holding a different Chumash. Not right. Okay, I'll get to Chumash too. $13.12. Start of Dvarim, page 13:12. So
So, do you know anything about the book of the Barim? Good. So, what do you know about the book of Barim? Good. So, that's a very important piece of information that we are going to completely ignore right now. So, yes, it's a later book. And these are the archaeological findings, if you want. We know that this book was apparently written completely separate from the other 4 books. This is the 5th book of the Torah. Now, in terms of and that might be something that we can use at the end of our conversation to add some light to our conversation. You'll understand me in 3 minutes. Now, what else you know about the book of Barim? Okay, final words of Moses. It's like, okay, so I'll take that path. This is the last speech that Moses makes. Now, the 40 years in the desert are gone. These are the last 37 years of Moses' life. And he opens up in a speech. Now, something very, and you just said, Jen, something very, very important. Do we know the page already? 1312, page 1312. So, Moses opens up in a speech that points out to a very interesting change. You just said, Jen, that he's going to change some things. Now, what's Moses' role during our journey throughout the desert? What's his role? Moses is known as a prophet. Moses is a prophet. And what's the job of the prophet? To share God's words. Is that, we'll get there. Let's stick to the prophet for a moment. So, now, the prophet shares God's words. Is he speaking on his own behalf? No. The prophet has no words. He's a shaliach. He's an emissary. He speaks God's word. So we have 1161, and we have in the other book 1312. So apparently we have 2 pages. The beginning of Parashat Barim. You have a different one. 1161. And I will send you with the task, so be attentive. Now, in the book of Barim, there's a huge change. Moses opens up in a monologue. He makes a speech. And how do we know that he's the one who's going to make a speech? What are the first sentence? Can someone read for me? תודה. So, אל הדברים אשר דיבר משה, אל כל ישראל בעבר הירדן במדבר. It's not anymore God speaking, וידבר אדוני אל משה לאמור, and God will call or will talk to Moses and will tell him to say. This is Moses on his own. So he's not a prophet anymore. It's something else speaking. There is a huge transition. Moses in this book is something else. It's someone else. And this is the moment of the transition. It's not Moses speaking on God's behalf anymore, but on his own behalf. How do the Talmud call Moses? Moses was a prophet. The first 3 books in which he appears, okay, he's in 4 out of 5 books of the Torah. The first 3 books in which he appears, Moses is a prophet, and now he is a teacher. How do we call teachers in our tradition? Rabbis. Moses is a rabbi. Welcome to Moses' ordination as a rabbi. This is it. It's right here. This is the moment in which he switches roles and he becomes a rabbi. And as a rabbi, he adds a little bit of his own.
his own opinions. He's entitled. He's a human being. He's not anymore a prophet. He's not just saying God's truth or God's words. He's speaking on his own behalf. And this is the moment of the transition. The Talmud calls Moses, Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses our rabbi. They go with the book of Dvarim. Even though during the first 3 books in which he appears, from second, third, and fourth, he is a prophet. Now that Rabbi Moses is speaking, I want to ask you a question, and here is the exercise. He's doing 3 things. He's going to give 2 mitzvot, and he's going to choose in which order the mitzvot are going to appear, right? It's a choice now. He has priorities as a rabbi. As a rabbi, he has an agenda. He has priorities. And he starts off by 2 specific mitzvot. So can you find them and tell me what they are, the mitzvot, this mitzvot? And the second task, there is something else that's happening there you might perceive. So tell me what are the first 2 mitzvot. You have 30 seconds, otherwise I tell you. Okay, what? It is, but that's not the first mitzvah that he's saying. So so he set up leaders. And how do we know? Because you can't judge these people alone. You can work with these people alone. You cannot carry these people on your own. What else? So we are in the verse is Vav, which means the 6th. You can find the first one. Justly, that's later on. I give you the first 2, and the little and the little clue. He first starts off by mentioning some places, right? He says we were here, we were there, we were here, we were there. The places that he is mentioning are places in which the people of Israel sinned. All these places are places in which the people of Israel has sinned. So he's not saying that in these places in which you made mistakes, he's just making a friendly reminder, almost as he's just signing. Remember that you kind of made some mistake here and there. I just want you to keep it in mind. And then he speaks about 2 things. He says, you have been in this mountain for too long regarding Horeb. It's time to move on, which is what God said to the Israelites. He says, you can't get stuck forever. You need to move on. Jewish tradition, and that's I'm saying, is about journeys and it's about moving forward. And also going back, right? We are all the time in this circle. We are on our way to the promised land, and we are going back and forth from the desert. It's a part of our tradition. But we need to understand that we need to move on all the time. So, Rab Lachem Esman Ba'araseh, you need to move forward. You need to leave this mountain, the mountain of Horeb, and move on. And the other thing is, you can't do this alone. You need community. This work is not for you to do in your own. You can't. It's a team effort. And if you don't work as a team, if you don't work as a community, even the most basic Jewish things you can't do. For example, a minyan. If you don't have a team, you can pray. If you don't have a team, you can't have a community. It's not a leadership effort. It's not about the leader, but it is about the community. So these are the first 2 mitzvot, the first 2 important reminders that Moshe, the leader, wants to make to the people of Israel. Number 1 is, hey, remember that you kind of have made some mistakes, so you're fragile, and you need to be watchful. Number one, reminder. Number two, and here are the two mitzvot. You can't get stuck forever. You can't keep coming back to the past and say, you know, this place was nicer for me. I better stay here. You need to move on. You need to move forward. And number three, you can't do this alone. You need to reach out to a community. You need support. You need your family. You're not supposed to embrace and go throughout this journey on your own. Now, Marilyn, you started off by saying that this book was written later on. And I wanted to give a very, I wanted to give a very new agey perspective to this, and I will use both. Thank you. I will use both. This book was written later on, so those that wrote this book understood that they needed to place Moses' leadership in a different place. The role needed to be described in a different way. That for the contemporary reader, the idea of the prophet wouldn't work. So they brought the rabbi. That's one possible reading. The other possible reading is that for the generation that was changing there, right? The generation that was in the desert wasn't the generation that was making it into the land of Israel. It was a new generation. And for that generation, the kind of leadership that a prophet had to offer wasn't a relevant leadership anymore. And there was a different, it was a need for a different kind of leadership, which also points out, if you want, to Moses' ability to change over time and to adapt and adjust to the needs of the people of Israel. So thinking about our ability to adjust, our ability to move forward, and our ability to create community, we will get started with the reading of the book of Devarim. Shabbat Shalom.
Yamdu, Shmerel ben David Vidora, John Goldman, and Benjamin Ganesha ben Shemaryahu, Bert Silver, Rishon. Reading, Miriam Van Roel.
Baruch Adonai Havorach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'nahatan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Ele hadvarim asher diber Moshe al kol Yisrael be'ever hayarden bamidbar be'arva musuf ben paran uven tovev lavan v'chatzeret v'di zahav v'achar asar yom mecherev derech har seir Ad Kadesh Barnea, Vayehi Arba'im Shna V'Ashtei Asar Chodesh, Ke'echad LeChodesh Diber Moshe B'nei Yisrael, Kechol Asher Tiva Adonai Oto Alehem.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Natan Lanu Torah Emet V'chayei Olam Nata B'tochenu Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Yamdu, Yu Heng Shu, Yu Eli Pan, Owen and Teresa Jean Shani. And reading Sarah Douglas. I should say singing Sarah Douglas.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai V'rach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Acharei hakatoh et Sichon melech ha'emori asher yoshev b'Heshbon ve'et Og melech habashan asher yoshev b'Ashtarot בעבר הירדן, בארץ מואב, הולי משה, באר את התורה הזאת לאמור. אדוני אלוהינו, דיבר אלינו בחורב לאמור, רב לכם שבט בהר הזה.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu torat emet v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Yamdu, Ludmila Trilin, Malka ben George, Marvin Rosenberg, Moshe ben Yechiel, Vasilka Shlishi, Osheni, Shlishi. Reading Nitzachenik.
Baruch et Adonai HaMorach.
Baruch Adonai V'rach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
בנו וסעו לכם, ובואו הר האמורי, ואל כל שכניו בערבה, בהר ובשפלה, ובנגב ובחוף הים, ארץ הכנעני והלבנון, עד הנהר הגדול, נהר פרת. נתתי לפניכם את הארץ, בואו ורשו את הארץ, אשר נשבע אדוני לאבותיכם, לאברהם, ליצחק וליעקב, לתת להם ולזרעם אחריהם. ואומר אליכם בעת ההיא לאמור, לא אוכל לבדי שאת אתכם.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
The maftir is in some of the books on page 1173. It's verse 20. Yamdu, Baruch Leib, Ben Eli Uvreda, Bruce Meltzer, and Sidel, Rivka, Bachmul, Belea, Lila Pesner, Mark Filowitz reading. That's me.
So weak.
Anna Sheb. Is that it?
אשר ברחבנו מכל העמים, ונתן לנו את תורתו, ברוך אתה אדוני, נותן התורה.
Amen. Asher yeniach Adonai lechechem, v'chem v'yarshu gamchem, et haaretz asher Adonai Elohechem noten lachem, ve'vu hayadein v'shaftem, ish l'rashato asher notati lachem, v'yet Yehoshua tziveiti ba'ed ha'i le'mor, einecha harot et kol asher asa Adonai Elohechem lishnei hamlachim ha'eleh, ken ya'asher Adonai lecha hamlachot asher ata ve'ashama. Lo tira'u ki Adonai Elohechem hu hanicham lachem.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. We take a moment now to acknowledge all those.
Over there, behind you, lad. It's right here.
So we take a moment to acknowledge all those that came up to the Torah. And so please rise if you came up to the Torah or you participated by reading the Torah. We say, Mishaberach, Avoteinu ve'imoteinu, may the one who blessed our ancestors will bless all those that came up to the Torah in honor of the Torah, of Shabbat, and our wonderful congregation. May they merit from the Holy One blessing of protection, rescue from any trouble or distress, and from any illness, minor or serious. May God's blessing and success in your endeavors together with all Israel. And let us say, Amen. You may be seated. We take one more moment to acknowledge people that are dealing with illness. ישברך אבותינו ואמותינו, אברהם יצחק ויעקב, שרה רבקה רחל ולאה, ויברך את החולים. May the one who bless our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. And if you have a name that you'd like to share, please do so. הקדוש ברוך הוא ימלא רחמים עליהם, להחלימם, לרפאתם ולהחזקם. May the blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit. And let us say, Amen. We wish to all of them refuah shlema and a fast recovery. Please rise for Agba and Lila.
Torah, Torah, Tzivah lanu Moshe.
You know, like it was, I could hear the hearts of some of you stop bumping. So mine was too. So apparently that thing.
Well, Mike Bell.
What?
Mike Bell, I think.
We're gonna. We're gonna fix it. One of the two. Jake built it. Okay, so we're gonna ask Jay. Okay, have you seen Pirkei Avot somewhere? Oh, I'd love to get the copy. Thank you. So we are finishing the 4th chapter of Pirkei Avot and starting the 5th one. And you know, we have this tradition that we read 2 verses, and sometimes one and the other are connected. This time you will see that the beginning of chapter 5 will start a completely different world in Pirkei Avot, because we will start talking about numbers, some interesting numbers. So we're going to go through the first one, and this is also an unusual piece for Pirkei Avot, because the verse 22 in Pirkei Avot is like, it's almost as a theological statement. Most of the verses in Pirkei Avot, in the ethics of our parents, are quite short. And all of a sudden there's a big chunk of words, you could say, and almost a theological statement. So let's see what this theological statement says, and let's try to think about that for a moment. Who wants to be our English reader? You have a microphone, Abby. Go. We don't have a microphone going around, so.
He would say, "Those that are born will die, and those that are dead will be revived, and the living will be judged."
So first important statement. So it wasn't Nietzsche, were the rabbis who said the only thing that we know from the moment that we are born is that we are going to die. But then the rabbis add one more statement and say, well, or this rabbi, it doesn't mean that all the rabbis agree. He said, well, but we're gonna live on. We are going to return. We say that in our prayers. Mechayeh metim, who revives the dead. Someone was asking me yesterday, what do you mean when you say revive the dead? So there are 2 traditions. One that says that that's one day, you know, when the Messiah comes, if you believe that the Messiah is a persona, people will come back from death. That's not a very wide accepted idea in Judaism, but it does exist. So every time that we hear that, we all speak about that because it is unusual. But the other one is that our souls will continue to some place and will live on. Other possibility is that we live on in the souls of those that remember us. Those that have the ability to remember us carry pieces of our own soul, because we have shared our lives with them, or because we have made an impact over their lives. So our souls continue with them, and they will return on that way. Let's go on.
It is necessary to know, to make known, and to become conscious that He is God. He is the maker, He is the creator, He is the understander, He is the judge, He is the witness, He is the litigant, and He is destined to judge. Blessed be He who has before Him no wrong, no forgetfulness, no respect of persons, no taking of bribes, for all is His.
Now, interesting that we are reading this in Tisha B'Av, when we start thinking almost, Tisha B'Av represents the border, the thinking border. Once you are done with Tisha B'Av, you start thinking about what? Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. And there are 2 kinds of mitzvot. Mitzvot, commandments that are between men and between men and God. So this rabbi is talking about the mitzvot that have to do between men and God. And we know about this distinction between mitzvot from Yom Kippur. Because for mitzvot that are between men and God, Yom Kippur atones. For mitzvot that we have transgressed between men and men, Yom Kippur does not. And so he's establishing very clearly there are big areas that are under God coverage. Let's move on.
And know that everything is according to the reckoning. And do not let your evil impulse assure you that the netherworld is a place of refuge for you. Because against your will you were created, and against your will you were born, and against your will you live, and against your will you will die, and against your will you are destined to give account and reckoning before the King of Kings, the Holy One, blessed be He.
Isn't this amazing? Like, you are here. Deal with that. Don't try, so it's very interesting. It feels like the first statement is made in order to say the second piece of the statement, which is, yeah, we believe that you're going to come back. But don't ever think that you can live your life expecting to come back, because when you come back it's going to be better. This has nothing to do with your will. The way in which you live your life is up to you. Over all the rest, you have nothing to do, and you are ultimately accountable to the way in which you live your life to God. And then you can ask, which God? You can say, well, the God that is looking at you from above, but also the God that's coming from within, to the spirit of your life. Let's move on to the next, to chapter 5. And we'll try, and I promise I will expand more in the numbers next week. So we're going to touch it a little bit and leave, because it's a topic by itself. Gabby, do you want to continue being our English reader?
Sure.
You seem to be very excited.
With 10 utterances, the world was created. And what is learned, couldn't it have been created by one utterance? Rather, it was done this way in order to punish the wicked who destroy the world that was created with 10 utterances, and to give reward to the righteous who sustain the world that was created with 10 utterances.
What are the rabbis talking about? Okay, it's not the 10 Commandments. Look at you talking to each other. What's that? What's the 10?
No.
Asarama Amalot. Litza, thank you. So, what? From the word Le'emor. Nahon. And the rabbis, okay, let's complicate this a bit more. So the rabbis explain that the word Bereshit, okay? Bereshit bara Elohim at the beginning, but the rabbis explain that the word Bereshit actually means be. No. I'll tell you. What do you think in Pirkei about page 212? No, someone check 212.
What?
212 in the Siddur. Check. What's the first thing that you say there? I think it's there. I always miss the page, but sometimes I remember.
Baruch She'amar.
This is the one who spoke, and the world came to be. And the rabbis explained that the word Bereshit is basically with speech from the Rosh to the head. Elohim created the world. And again, Baruch She'amar, V'haya Olam. That's how they connected. Now, so it has to do with the creation of the world. So what are they talking about? Kabbalistic link, quick link. The 10 Sfirot. So Sfirot. But yes, so, but you could say also that the world is created in many dimensions. And let's leave it there. Now, let's move on. And what is learned, Basara Mavarot Nivra Olam, Uma Talmud Lomar, and what is learned, Be'alo Be'mamar Echad Yachol Livarot, Ela להיפרע מן הרשעים שמאבדים את העולם שנברא בעשרה מאמרות. So there's a distinction here. Couldn't it have been created by one utterance? Rather, it was done this way in order to punish the wicked who destroyed the world who was created with 10 utterances. Now, let's discuss a complicated idea. I need just one voice. It's going to get complicated. I will simplify this. The Talmud and the Mishnah say that the one who, what about the souls? What happens with one soul? If someone, Miriam, tell me with that.
Gomorrah.
No, okay, go.
And Abraham bargained for the 10 souls, and we got down to one soul, and there was not even one righteous soul to save. Therefore, there was total destruction.
Very, very interesting input. Now, I was going in a slightly different direction, but actually quite similar now that I hear from you. Torah teaches that the one who saves one soul is like saving the entire world. So the one who is a wicked person and destroys his own soul, the one that we described in the previous verse, and now we are linking between the two of them. The one who is not willing to deal with his life and destroy his own soul, it's like he's destroying the entire creation. And one of the reasons the world is created in many dimensions is to reduce the nesek, the risk, the damage that one can create to itself. Let's keep going. And the last part of the sentence, Gabi says?
What? From where? And to give reward to the righteous who sustain the world that was created with 10 utterances.
And that part links us to the second verse of Pirkei Avot, chapter 5, and that we are going to learn next week. What? We have a month and a half to explore the Nitzah. Now, please rise as we return the Torah to the ark. We're on page 307.
Sex traffickers.
למחזיקים בה ותמכה מאושר דרכיה דרכי נועם וכל נתיבותיה שלום השיבנו אדוני אליך ונשובה חדש ימינו כקדם. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך
our tradition toward the end of our prayers takes a moment to acknowledge mourners among the community. If you are doing the first 7 days of mourning, please rise. If you are doing the first 30 days of mourning, Shloshim, please rise. If you are doing the cycle of the first year of mourning, please rise and tell us who you are remembering.
My dear husband, Stan Pesner, my uncle, Julius Leitner, my good friend, Ed Rosenthal.
If you have a yortzeit this week, please rise and tell us who you are remembering.
My mother, Loretta Golden, and her mother, Celia Rosenberg, my grandmother.
Rabbi Bernard Goldsmith, dear colleague, and my daughter's father. Both my parents, who died on the same day, 22 years apart.
We also remember the victims of the shootings over the last week in the United States, and we also take a moment to remember Vir Shorek, who was terribly killed last week in Israel. Now you can support our fellows while standing or sitting, joining us with your voices and your hearts for Mourners Kaddish on page 598. התגדל והתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי בימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב באמרו אמן. יהא שמי רבה מבורך לעולם עולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירם בעלמה באמרו אמן. יש למה רבה מן שמיה, בחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל באמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל באמרו אמן. May the memories of your dear ones be a living blessing in your life. Yeh Zichram Baruch. You may be seated. So, a couple of quick announcements. Tonight we are going to commemorate Tisha B'Av here at TBT together with Temple Beth Shalom. I think we are going to have a very moving program with beautiful music thanks to Michael Gavi and Cantor Rainwall. So I encourage you to join us. And if you say, well, Tisha B'Av, I have no idea what's that, and I've never been to a Tisha B'Av event, great opportunity to try it. Yeah, so please join us. Next week, Friday the 16th, we are going to celebrate family services and back to school Shabbat. This month we put our family services on the third week because children in Fullerton are going back to school when, Aidan, Asak? Monday. So you're going to go. What? Really? In Fullerton? Really? Okay. So I thought that all of them, but we are close enough to most of our kids in Fullerton that are starting on the week of the 12th or a week later, that we just learned. We also are going to honor Erica Lambert, who was a part of our community, a part of our team for 20 years. And Erica wanted to be acknowledged in the context of a celebration that wouldn't give her too much attention. That's who she is, and we love her the way she is. But I want to ask you to, as we gather next Friday, if you have just a moment to look at her eyes and say, thank you. That will be great and enough for her. that will be okay with her spirit and what she is, but we don't want to let it go silently. We want to acknowledge that with our smiles, with our hearts, with our eyes. So find your way and acknowledge her presence, please. And we will, of course, acknowledge her as well. We will also have a great dinner that day. I don't know if you know, but we are having Bonaparte crepes, because it's Tu B'Av, is the celebration of love in Jewish tradition, and we thought that French food, Rabbi Miriam said once, that French food works with love, and so we are bringing crepes. So that's it. So see you tonight at 7 p.m. We'll have some nosh before starting Tisha B'Av for those that are going to fast. So if you want to eat something, we'll have something before starting the fast. And see you on Friday at 6:30 p.m. Let's conclude our service on page 625.
Okay. Don Olam Hashem Alach B'terem Kol Yetzir Nivra Le'ed Nasa V'chevtzo Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Acharei Ki Chol HaKol Evado Yimnoch Nora V'hu Aya V'hu Ove V'hu Yeh B'tifara V'hu Yeh B'tifara V'hu Echad Bein Sheni Lehamshilo Leachbira B'li Reshit B'li Tachlit B'lo Ha'oz Ve'amisra B'lo Ha'oz Ve'amisra Ve'hu Eli V'chai Go'ani V'tzur Chevli V'etzara Ve'hu Nisi U'manosi Menat Kozi B'yom Ekra Menat Kozi B'yom Ekra Ve'yado Avgid Ruchi Ve'et Ishon Ve'ayira Ve'yimruchi Keviati Adonai li Ve'lo ira Adonai li Ve'lo ira Shabbat Shalom.